Well, here we go, sweet Stevie Aaron at ringside, also on commentary, and I'm joined by the captain, Captain Lee Anderson, in fact.
Hello there. How are you doing, Steve?
I'm doing great. It's Remembrance Day. This is it, Lee. We've been waiting for this one for months, and it's finally upon us, Middlesbrough Town Hall. And what a way to kick things off here tonight. What better match could start things off here this evening, Lee?
I can't think of a bigger advert for British wrestling right now than Doug the Anarchist Williams and Johnny Moss.
It's unbelievable. Yes, originally, of course, Nigel McGuinness was scheduled to wrestle Doug Williams, and that would have been a nice homecoming for Nigel, the current ROH champion. But this is a great match in itself. These two men know each other so well. They wrestled each other back at 3CW's anniversary show back in March. And the winner of that match was the Anarchist. Will it be the same result tonight?
But what we have here is different to the McGuinness matches. These two men are battling for a shot at the 3CW championship.
Right. Something
that wasn't originally planned in the Williams-McGuinness match.
Well, you mentioned that. Doug is, of course, a former 3CW heavyweight champion. The interesting thing about Doug Williams is he was never actually pinned or submitted for that belt.
Well, he originally defeated Stevie Lynn and lost the championship in a six-way match.
That's right.
That Takeshi Morishima from Pro Wrestling Noah won. He won the championship that night, but he pinned Dragon Aizu in that match.
That's right. And of course, Doug very familiar with Takeshi Morishima from his time in Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah. But right now, the Vigilante, and what an interesting few months the Vigilante has had here in 3CW. He's never managed to win the gold yet, any kind of gold in fact. He is in fact a former NWA UK British Heavyweight Champion, and he's had a heck of a rivalry with Martin Stone, the current Real Quality Wrestling British Heavyweight Champion. So,
well, I don't think anyone who's seen it will ever forget the match that he had at Darkest Deeds 4 with Martin Stone, a brutal war that he was victorious in.
It was phenomenal, and you see the respect, very different in contrast to the match they had back in March. When Doug won that match, fans have no doubt seen the footage. Well, Johnny Moss refused to shake hands with the Anarchist.
I think it's a different story this evening. They're both very respectful of each other. I mean, everyone knows the accomplishments of Doug Williams.
Right.
I think Johnny Moss has something to prove in this one, because Doug's obviously had a bit more taste of the international kind of fame.
Right. I mean, yes, obviously, if you know Johnny Moss, you know his accomplishments, but he's not quite as mainstream, is what you're saying, as Doug Williams, as you see the nice body scissors right now from the Anarchist, but it's Johnny Moss actually on top. He hasn't got the shoulders down, and look at that. How do you call that, Lee?
I haven't got a clue.
That is unbelievable from the Anarchist. And those vicious forearms to the face. Both men trading blows now. This has been a great mat wrestling match so far. And you see the reversal from the Anarchist. And oh my, what? And the appreciation from the fans.
Fantastic.
And I think Doug cracked a smile there. Unbelievable.
The thing that I think is possibly worth pointing out is this is the second match today for Johnny Moss.
Right.
Earlier this afternoon on our Before the Storm event, he wrestled quite a tough match against a newcomer at 3CW, Tank.
Right. And Tank definitely showed signs of... he had great wrestling expertise in the ring. He was a tremendous mat wrestler. He wasn't quite Johnny Moss, but he certainly matched him hold for hold on a few occasions.
Which is something that Doug Williams appears to be doing right now.
Absolutely. And the Anarchist now, former national champion in judo, I understand, as well.
Well, the list of accomplishments is almost endless for Doug Williams. We mentioned former 3CW champion, a former FWA British heavyweight champion,
right,
a former GHC Global Honored Crown Tag Team Champion in
That's
Pro
right.
Wrestling Noah.
Heavyweight as well. Heavyweight
Tag Team Champion with Scorpio.
Right.
And a former Ring of Honor Pure Wrestling Champion.
This is very interesting so far. They're matching each other hold for hold. It makes you wonder who's going to snap first. Are they going to get frustrated? It looks like they're having a good time almost out there, you know, finding that there's somebody out there who can match themselves, you know.
I think sooner or later one of them's going to cheat.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but he's a nice cover from Johnny Moss, and just a 2 count. Whose shoulders are down there? Now that was interestingly.
Well, I think the referee must be counting both men at this point.
I believe so. I'm not sure what would happen in that scenario. I believe it would be a draw, and we don't want to see that. But these fans, again, so respected. Some of the greatest fans in British wrestling are here tonight. I've seen them earlier today, Lee. These follow all the independent promotions around the UK, and many 3CW fans here today as well.
Well, it's great to have them here.
See that? You see what Doug did? Kick to the gut and a scoop slam. And Johnny Moss, definitely not impressed by the actions of Doug Williams, but it seems that Doug Williams is egging him on.
Both men possess incredible strength.
Look at this.
There's another slam.
Well, you know, I said Johnny Moss is around the 220-pound mark. Doug Williams about 225.
Not a lot between them. I think Doug has a couple of inches in height on Johnny.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Over the top. Doug had him scouted.
Could this be?
He was going for it, but into the turnbuckle, the shoulder of Doug Williams, and I hope we don't have an injury here. But yes, it looked like he was in fact going for the chaos theory, the finishing maneuver of Doug Williams.
Which is a roll-through German suplex.
It's an incredible maneuver. And now on the outside, being counted out. Well, we don't want to see a count out. Not in this match. And definitely not in the first match of 3CW Remembrance Day. I notice you've got your poppy on there, Lee.
Certainly
have. Very respectful. I've lost about 3 of these already, but...
And I hope you understand that I had to miss Sunday dinner for this.
Oh, well, shame. I'm sure your grandmother will have it there in the old microwave.
I hope so.
When you get home. Oh, look at this!
I could stand to miss a couple of meals, let's be fair. And if ever there was a reason to miss Sunday lunch, I think this is it.
This is the one exception. Knee to the back. Johnny Moss now.
He's not only putting pressure on the back, you see his knees and the point of the back right there, but he's also pulling back on his head. He's applying pressure to the neck as well.
Well, he had half a camel clutch, now he locks in the full hold.
And he's trying to make Doug Williams humble.
I knew that was coming. He was going to the cover, beautiful. And a nice reversal.
Fantastic counter from Doug.
And this is very impressive in the early goings.
He's in the ropes though.
Now this match, it has a 1 hour time limit. And if I was Cameron Craze, I'd be quite worried actually. He doesn't want to face either of these guys. These men
Suplex
are true veterans. That's right, bit of Gordon Soley there from Lee Anderson. Also known as the suplex, of course. And again, you see the variant on the camel clutch.
I like that. I like the way he's rubbing his hands right in his face, right across the nose as well. It's going to make it harder for Doug to breathe.
Absolutely. Doug's fighting it. Referee Matt Wilkinson says no. And now back to a vertical base, both men into the corner. You know what's coming.
Makes me glad I'm retired.
I must have missed your entire career there, Lee. I'm not sure. Maybe you were in Puerto Rico or something.
I've been all over the territories.
I'm sure you have.
I've done the loop many times.
Right. In your dreams. Irish whip into the corner. Doug got the boot up on the second turnbuckle on the inside. He leapfrogs over Johnny Moss. Nice cross body into the cover. Yes, he's got the leg hooked. It's over. No, it isn't. Doug's a clothesline. but he tastes the elbow to the throat, and down goes the Anarchist.
Did Doug lose a tooth on that
Oh, look at
one?
this, nice pinning combination. Oh, just a 2 count.
I think he hit him so hard with that elbow that a tooth flew out.
I think you might be right. Doug's holding him. I'm not sure if... Can't tell from this managed point if Doug's bleeding or not. I'm not sure if there was blood trickling from the mouth. We can't see because of the arms. Oh, well, perhaps not, but a tooth did seem to fly. Now what's he going for? Look at this.
It's got a variation on the figure 4 there.
And what I've never heard, I can't remember the last time in the centre of the ring I seen Doug Williams to give up, especially to a hold like this. Oh, look at this, across the back now. This is incredible. And look at this, just floats over for the cover.
Well, that's a good point, because I don't think I've ever heard of either.
On my head, it's certainly not a word in Doug's vocabulary. And a boot to the face off the ropes. Wait a second.
Look at the strength.
Mossie's got him, but a reversal from Doug Williams. He's got a tombstone power driver.
Right on his head.
That's got to be it, but he cannot follow up for the cover, yes. Listen to these fans.
And that's why Johnny Moss was going for those submissions, because you see...
Oh, wait a minute, he's got him. This has got to be it. Just a 2 count. And Doug Williams, hardly a cover that time.
He may not have got a submission, but he certainly wore Doug down enough that he couldn't capitalise immediately following the tombstone.
Forearm to the face.
I think that might have been the difference.
Oh, Doug staggered briefly, but... Right now, oh, beautiful! Beautiful release on the suplex there. And again.
Incredible that they can still throw each other around at this stage of the match.
Here we go, into a cover, just a 2 count. You know, I once heard somebody say that Johnny Moss is vastly turning into the UK equivalent of Kurt Angle. With manoeuvres like that, you can see why. Many suplex variations I'm so familiar with. Of course, both of these men... Oh, gut wrench suplex, yes. Both of these men originated in Hammerlock.
Yeah, this crowd getting behind Doug Williams. I think, of course, Doug, like we said earlier, the most well-known of the two competitors. I think the crowd will possibly favour Doug.
He's broke free, and look at this. You see the knee lifts. And that can be set up for only one thing, the bomb scare knee drop.
Moss is way away from that side of the ring, though.
Oh, but great move there from Johnny Moss. He just really died for that one. And now Doug Williams is in trouble. Doug Williams is in trouble right now. Once again, fans, if you recall, back in March, what's going to happen here? It was Doug that won the last time, but here we have a superplex, and that's going to end it for the Anarchist tonight. Johnny Moss is going to even the score and receive the 3CW title
He's right
shot.
there. He just needs to get his arm across Doug. But I think that's taken a lot out of both men. Referee putting the count on.
Listen to this. We don't want to see a count out here. Oh, this does not look good. Doug slowly getting back to his feet.
Trading forearms now.
Mossy with a blow. Doug with a blow, and the knee lift changes everything off the ropes.
And Mossy's gone down. And it looks to be his ankle. I think he...
was that his ankle?
I think he slipped on the side of the ring, perhaps on the apron there. On the curtain around the ring.
Johnny Moss might be hurt here. I'm not so sure what the Anarchist is going for. Oh, wait a minute! He was playing possum! Just a 2 count on the small package. It nearly paid off though, Lee.
Well, you knew at some point one of them had to do something like that.
Oh, they're out to outthink each other, is what Johnny Moss and the Anarchist are trying to do.
It's the old game of human chess, as Larry Sabisco used to like to talk about. These guys they like to think 2-3 moves ahead.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of surprised that Doug fell for that, given his experience.
How many moves ahead is Johnny Moss? We don't know. He's a cover. Again, just a 2 count. And you know, I know it's a cliche, but this match really could main event anywhere. Not just in the country, but anywhere. This is a hell of a contest, Lee.
Well, there's no question about that. But can you imagine how the rest of the show is going to pan out?
I'm not so sure. Over the top goes Doug Williams. He's going for it.
This could be it.
He's going for that finishing maneuver with the suplexes. He's going for it. The Chaos Theory.
Moss has got hold of the ropes, and referee Matt Wilkinson is forcing the break.
Well, that's a good call from Matt Wilkinson.
It certainly is.
Makes a change.
Big forearm. European uppercut, as many would call it, but here in the good old UK, that's a forearm smash. And this could be the bomb scare knee drop.
He hit it. This is going to end it. It's over. 2. Oh, wait a minute. Beautiful reversal from Johnny Moss. It's over. I don't believe